All right, y'all. We are back with another video, and here we go again. You know, I love it when it gets around to this VP talk. Who is Donald Trump going to pick? Who is Donald Trump going to pick? Even when I go live, I get a lot of you that ask me, Adogg, who you think Donald Trump is going to pick? And it's very hard because, like I said, if you watch Fox News, they've been talking about Doug Burgum. They've been talking about Marco Rubio, like very high on the list. And I'm like, I hope Trump, I don't have anything against those guys. I'll be hearing a lot of people calling Marco Rubio a rhino. And like Doug Burgum, it's like, I just feel like it's better names that Donald Trump can go with than those two. I mean, on top of my list now, which is still Vivek and Byron Donalds, man. And like I said, I still like Elise Stefanik. I feel like Marjorie Taylor Greene would be very good. She has that fight. When she get mad, Marjorie Taylor Greene absolutely goes off. So you talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I've been hearing Sarah Huckabee Sanders. So like I said, we definitely got to check this one out. But this one right here is coming from Doug. I will leave the original video in the description. Make sure y'all go to Doug's channel. Let him know that I sent you over there, all right? And he said that Donald Trump blurts out about Donald's. Your name is very high on my list. Wow. So we definitely finna go ahead and check this out. But like I said, there's been a lot of talk about this. But like since doing the live streams and stuff, to me, it seems like Byron Donald didn't climb the pole. He didn't climb that pole up there on like Donald Trump's list. So if you asking me now, I think Byron Donalds would be great. I feel like Byron Donalds is the one that Donald Trump should go with. And like I said before, I still like Vivek. I wouldn't mind Vivek. I wouldn't mind, like I said, you got Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Marjorie Taylor Greene. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see, but let's check this out and let's see exactly what just happened. So please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you stay to the ends. Shout out to everybody who always watches the entire video. Thank you very much for doing it. It really, really helps me out a lot. And like I said, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into it.
There's a lot of swirl about the vice presidency, who Trump's going to pick, and we've been following it step by step every time he says something positive. I think it's strange that he would say something this positive about Byron Donalds and then not pick him. That's my theory on it. And I think this audience of this show, Doug in Exile, Byron Donalds is by far the name that comes up as the most favorite of this audience. And I think Trump knows that the people really like Byron Donalds.
Yeah.
Welcome to Doug in Exile. Let's watch this together. You tell me if he's given, did he not give away the whole thing here?
Well, the Veep stakes are on.
Like I said, we've covered all of these. Fox News is interviewing Byron Donalds now. They're going to bring him on after this Trump event in Detroit this weekend.
Byron Donalds is an incredible guy. Incredible guy. And I noticed he happens to be on the list of potential vice presidents. Would anybody like to see him as a vice president? I noticed your name is very high on the list. That's good. You should be on the list.
He's laughing, but I think Trump is kind of giving it away. I don't think he'd pump up Byron Donalds at an event in Detroit, primarily aimed at black voters, only to have him not be your vice president. I think this is, Byron Donalds is like Trump's brand.
And you're on that list. Have you had any conversation with the president about being vice president?
Maybe not. I'm not gonna tell you guys.
Well played.
You know, I'm gonna keep that to myself.
No, he's going to keep it to himself, but I'll answer it for you. Yes, he has had that conversation.
Yes, he has.
I don't think that means that he's had the conversation of, yes, you're in, but we already know he's had the conversation. We already know that they've been vetting him too, and he's being coy on it.
Look, I think President Trump's going to make a great decision, but obviously it's his decision alone. I'm just going to do my job, campaign for him, work hard for him, because the country needs him back as president. It's that simple. We'll see what happens by the time we get to the convention.
Byron Donalds is the candidate on that VP list, which we've seen with Doug Burgum, Elise Stefanik, J.D. Vance, who's great.
Oh, yeah.
But J.D. Vance, I think, and Byron Donalds are the top two. I'm just purely guessing and speculating. But Trump has spent the most time with Byron Donalds. That means he's most comfortable with him. And one of the guys that you want to take with you to the White House isn't just someone who will help you win, but you want someone who you want to spend time with, 4 years with.
Have you, are you being vetted? Have they asked you to give them up paperwork and stuff like that?
Oh, you guys don't stop with the questions.
Well, just curious.
Maybe.
Maybe. How about yes? We already know he was on the list of people.
Yeah.
Trump has already said he had a list of people that got leaked about who he's been vetting. So they're vetting.
Yeah, so we already seen it that he's been vetted. We seen it. So Byron, don't get to the point like, look, man, y'all won't stop. Y'all gonna keep on asking these questions because y'all want to be the first one to break the news that, hey, I'm Donald Trump's vice president. But think about this though, especially when Donald Trump is like, you know, like I said, he went to the black church in Detroit. You know, what will make it even more better for him to come out and say, Byron Donalds is my VP? Oh my God. And you got to look at it like Doug just said. Trump been spending a lot of time with Byron Donalds lately. Have y'all noticed that? He's been spending a lot of time with Byron Donalds. And I hope you do, because Byron Donalds, man, I'm telling you, he does a great job for Donald Trump. Speaking up for him. Talking. I mean, the speech that Byron Donalds even had at that church was amazing. When Donald Trump say, your name is very high on that list, and then you just seen Byron Donalds over there like he already know what's going on. So it's like, did Trump just give it away? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Did Trump really just give it away when he's like, hey, your name is very high on the list, without him just saying, hey, you is my vice president, but he'll just rather change it and say, your name is very high on the list. Maybe him and Byron Donalds know something that we don't know. But I think it will be very, very good. Because like I said before, I don't have a problem with J.D. Vance. I will be happy if he picked J.D. Vance. I'll be happy if he picked Elise Stefanik, Vivek Ramaswamy, or Byron Donalds. You know, and one of those I'm fine with. But it seems like he's been spending more time with Byron Donalds than anybody. So, you know, I feel like Byron Donalds is the way to go. I would rather him pick Byron Donalds over Marco Rubio and Doug Burgum. That's just me. Somebody else might be a little bit different, but I would rather him go for Byron Donalds, man, because Byron Donalds has been doing a great job lately.
Byron Donalds already, and him being a public figure is already very good for him. The ones that have already held office have already had a lot of oppositional research against them by the Democrats. Mm-hmm. So when they end up running with President Trump, you know, they don't have some really weird skeleton in their closet.
Byron, what is the plan if he does choose you or Marco Rubio, considering a president and a vice president are not supposed to be from the same state? Would you have to move? Would you have to give up your seat?
And so this is the biggest problem with Trump picking Byron Donalds or Marco Rubio, but it's already been baked into the cake that the vice president candidate would have to give up their seat in office and they would have to move. Here's Byron Donalds on it. And I'm just saying, he's so clear on this plan that he's obviously already worked it all out.
We've been down this road before. I think the last time was with Dick Cheney and George W. Bush. And so I think you would have to look at residency and figure out how you manage that. But, you know, it's at that point, the question is, are you going to agree to join the president on the ticket and work hard through the next couple of months to win back the White House? I find that to be a tremendous honor. So when that decision has to be made, I'll make it accordingly and we'll move forward.
I find that to be a tremendous honor. It's as if he already knows and is already.
I was just finna say that, Doug. It seemed like Byron Donald already know. And I was just finna say that too. Let's take that back. Listen to what Byron Donald just said again. Let's take that back. Listen to what he said again.
Before, I think the last time was with Dick Cheney and George W. Bush. And so I think you would have to look at residency and figure out how you manage that. But, you know, it's at that point, the question is, are you going to agree to join the president on the ticket and work hard through the next couple of months to win back the White House? I find that to be a tremendous honor. So when that decision has to be made, I'll make it accordingly and we'll move forward.
I find that to be a tremendous honor. It's as if he already knows and has already worked it out. I think I'm getting ahead of him, and I think I'm probably getting ahead of Trump on this one. But I just wanted to make sure that if Trump does pick Byron Donalds, that we have covered every step of that path. You'll be able to look back. Whichever VP picked Trump, the Trump picks, you will have lots of videos to look back on us speculating all along the way. And we'll probably do a mashup of us following their path all the way to the White House. Huge thumbs up from me on Byron Donalds. But what do you think? Who are you picking? There's still some people out there going with long shot nobodies, people who are not going to make it. But I still like listening to the audience. Are you still on board with Byron Donalds? Anyone out there who would not go for Byron Donalds?
But the thing is, I've been seeing all good things from Byron Donalds. Like, even when I go live, a lot of you in there say, I love Byron Donalds. I hope Donald Trump pick Byron. I don't see anybody not saying don't pick Byron Donalds. I'm telling you, the comments that I read, especially when I do these VP videos, I never see anybody say, I hope Trump don't pick Byron Donalds. I don't see that at all. Everybody always say Trump, Donalds, 2024. Some people say they like Byron Donalds better than Trump picking Vivek. And I say this all the time. I really like Vivek. I wouldn't be mad at all if Donald Trump picked Vivek. But it seems like Vivek's name is not even on the list. But that don't mean anything because his name is not on the list. So y'all let me know in the comment section, who do y'all think Donald Trump should pick? Should he pick Marco Rubio? Should he pick Doug Burgum? Or should he go with Byron Donalds? Like I said, we don't know who he's going to pick. So, we were just going off what he said, how he said, hey, your name is very high on the list. And then turn around, Byron Donalds do this interview with Fox News. It's like, hey, y'all asking. He pretty much saying, hey, y'all asking too many questions because he don't want to give nothing away. Because, once he gets something away, everybody going to run with it. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.